April 28th, 1988. It was a totally normal day. Aloha Airlines Flight 243 was getting ready for a short flight from Hilo, Hawaii to Honolulu. Passengers were boarding, excited to go to their destination. Families on vacation, business travelers, everyone was happy. Experienced pilots did their pre-flight checks. The plane was old, but the maintenance checks were clear. At 1:25 p.m., Flight 243 took off into the blue sky over the Pacific Ocean. For the first 20 minutes, everything was normal. Passengers were doing their own thing. At 24,000 feet, there was suddenly a loud noise. This wasn't the sound of an explosion, it was the sound of metal tearing. A section of the upper fuselage ripped open. The airplane lurched violently, and passengers and crew members were thrown around. Where the roof should have been, there was now open sky. Passengers looked up in fear at the sky. The loud wind and terrifying sounds of tearing metal were louder than the engines. Oxygen masks dropped down. A flight attendant was sucked out into the open air due to the sudden decompression. In the cockpit, Captain Schornsteimer and First Officer Tompkins were doing everything they could to control the damaged plane. Because of the low air pressure, the instruments were also malfunctioning. With over 30 years of experience, Captain Schornsteimer remained perfectly calm. His hands moved almost automatically over the instruments. First Officer Tompkins also stayed calm in this terrifying situation. She was following emergency procedures. Inside the airplane, it's incredibly loud and chaotic. Passengers are holding onto their seats, scared. You can hear the loud wind. Things are flying everywhere. Bags, personal items, everything. Even in this scary situation, people are being brave and helping each other. Flight attendant Michelle Honda, even though she's hurt, is comforting the passengers and keeping them calm. She's a beacon of hope in this terrifying situation. Passengers are sharing oxygen masks and helping those who are injured. Every act of kindness, every bit of help brings a little hope to this scary scene. Part 5. Prayers and landing. Reaching safety on Maui. Captain Schornsteimer made a very important decision: to land at Kahului Airport on the island of Maui. First Officer Tompkins relayed important information and began preparing for landing. The broken plane looked very scary. At 1:58 p.m., Flight 243 landed safely at Kahului Airport. As soon as the plane stopped, the emergency teams cheered with joy. Part 6. The aftermath. Picking up the pieces. After landing, the passengers and crew slid down the emergency slides. Relief washed over their faces. The damage to the plane was extensive. The fuselage was ripped open like a tin can, the inside exposed to the outside. Thanks to the skill and bravery of the pilots, the plane landed safely. The search for the missing crew member, Clarabelle C.B. Lansing, began immediately. Despite their best efforts, her body was never found. Part 7, Finding Answers, the investigation. Pictures of the broken plane were shown on TV and people around the world were shocked. The NTSB figured out why this happened. The investigation showed that metal fatigue and corrosion caused this. The NTSB said that Aloha Airlines' maintenance plan didn't catch the metal fatigue and corrosion, and that's why the accident happened. Part 8, Lessons Learned, a Legacy of Safety. The Aloha Airlines Flight 243 incident shook the aviation industry. It highlighted the importance of maintenance, inspection, and a strong safety culture for the well-being of passengers and crew. This incident led to changes in aviation safety regulations and procedures. The FAA implemented stricter inspection procedures for older airplanes. Regular inspection of key structural parts became mandatory. This incident also demonstrated the importance of human factors in aviation safety. It showed how important it is to stay calm and follow safety procedures in high-pressure situations. Part 9. A Tribute We Will Always Remember. Aloha Airlines Flight 243 is a story of human courage and a heartbreaking tragedy. In this tragedy, Clarabelle Lansing gave her life. Her memory continues to remind us of the dangers faced in the aviation industry. The survivors of Flight 243 are still coping with their injuries today. Their courage, their bravery, and their will to live is an inspiration. This tragedy has strengthened the aviation industry to address its weaknesses.